What a day. Tadej Pogacar rode solo at 28 kilometers to go. Dropped Pidcock, dropped Healy. What do you have to say?
We knew he was on a good day. I think we heard he had some kind of mechanical with his bike, and then he was able to switch it, and then, immediately followed Tom on, I think, the Kreuzberg or one of the climbs. No, he was riding super strong today, so it's another impressive ride by him.
You were suffering a bit on that climb, and I think he must have heard through his earpiece because that's right when he started to attack, and it looked like your day was over at that point. How did you read that situation?
Yeah, it was a really good situation with me and Tom in that early move, and especially with kind of like the other makeup compared to the other teams. Like, there were a lot of other guys that were isolated, and then also behind in that group, there weren't many guys that had many teammates left. I think there was a crash going into one of the climbs in the peloton. But for us, it was a really good situation, being on the front foot there and putting a lot of pressure on the other guys. And obviously, Pogacar didn't have any teammates with him, so I think this really helped. But then in the end of the day, I guess the strongest guy won today. But I think we can be really happy with how we took on the race with me and Tom, and we just have to keep on trying in these finals.
When did that go? 100K out, because that was right before it switched from the women's race to the men's race, and the move was already formed. We had two Ineos riders with yourself and Tom. What happened? How did that go down?
I was on the way back from the Three Nations point, Three Lands point or whatever it's called, and then it was just a slight drag uphill, and then there were some guys once we caught that breakaway that went on the front foot. And there was a bit of crosswind, and that's all it takes. And so when you have, I think it was 11 guys all pulling through quite well, and we had quite a good cooperation between everyone. It was quite good, and we were able to have 30, 40 seconds, but it was going in and out. But I think it was Bahrain that had to burn a lot of guys, but in the end, they weren't able to bring it back.
Just like in Roubaix, here now you're dirty, you're dusted, tough day of racing, but you're really looking good. How do you feel yourself progressing over these series of one-day races?
I'd say I'm continuing getting experience. I didn't have the legs to stay to the very final, but I still think I can be happy with how I raced today, and it's just taking it race by race.
How do you explain Tadej Pogacar? You have a seat right next to him there in the peloton. How different is he than the other cyclist?
I would say he's not that different, honestly. I think a lot of people probably put him on a pedestal, but I don't think he's honestly that different from just you and I. He's definitely he's professional because he's been able to consistently perform at this level, but I think ultimately he is beatable. It's just putting him in the right, isolating him in the right scenario and crossing the finish line before him.